Hello, this is Robin from Heart Guided Intuition, and here is a mid January 2022 full moon reading for those born under the astrological sign of Cancer. So, hello, welcome to my channel if you are here for the first time, and welcome back if you are tuning in once again. So, tonight there is a full moon in Cancer in your sign. So, what does that mean? Now, I'm not an astrologer, but well, before I get into that, I just want to qualify, like kind of clarify. I'm speaking very slowly right now. I'm really feeling the winter. I'm feeling the depths of winter right now. See, I can share this with you guys. I can share this with all of you guys, but Cancer, yeah, you guys were one of my favorite signs. You're sweet and kind and very compassionate. And yeah, I'm really feeling the winter and the slowness. I actually really love winter. I love the longer nights and an opportunity to be quiet and to have more time to myself, especially at night, because I need that time out. That's just me. So I am speaking a little more softly, a little more slowly right now because my energy's been kind of low. So please bear with me. I hope it's not a nuisance. If I know cancers, you guys are all understanding and kind and wonderful. Um, so I'm going to choose your cards. I'm using 3 card decks, which is what I usually do. One of them, though, I'm using my own tarot deck, the Bello Spirito Tarot. If you'd like to purchase my tarot deck and the book, you can find the links below. I'm also using a spirit deck that I designed, and then I'm using the Moonology deck for the full moon. Now, I hadn't used the Moonology deck in a while, so when I took them out of the box, I gave them an initial shuffle. And the card that was on top was this, the full moon in Cancer, which is the full moon that's happening tonight. Okay? So, full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So, I'm leaving this out and I'm referring to it and kind of using it as a guide for each of the readings, for each of these full moon readings in mid-January. But I am going to pull another Moonology card just for you because I'm pulling a separate one for each astrological sign. Okay, so let me shuffle your cards and then we'll see what you've got. And please excuse any jiggling of the camera because my table is not exactly stable that I use. It's stable enough, it's not like a heavy wooden table or anything. Okay, so what does Cancer need to know? What does Cancer need to know right now in mid-January for the full moon in Cancer? What is the full moon in Cancer? What does Cancer need to know? What do Cancerians need to know for the full moon in Cancer? What do Cancerians need to know here in mid-January? Mid-January. Did I say mid-July? I hope not. That's probably your birthday. What do Cancerians need to know right now in mid-January 2022? What do Cancerians need to know right now? Mid-January full moon. Mid-January full moon. Cancerians. Cancerians. So, okay. Now one more. One more. Let's pull your Moonology card, okay? I mean, this one I'm using for all the signs because that's the full moon that's coming out. Okay, so what is the Moonology card for Cancer? Those born under the sign of Cancer here in mid January 2022 for the full moon. This is the Moonology card. Ooh, interesting. Okay, this is interesting. Ooh, like each sign is getting some neat stuff coming up. All right, all different, all different. Let's see what your cards say. Oh, you can have a breakthrough. You can have a breakthrough. You can have a breakthrough. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Why am I getting so happy with your reading? Seven of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So, my Cancerian friends. So, what does a full moon mean, first of all? I'm not an astrologer, but the way that I see full moons is that, during a new moon, we don't see it. We don't see the new moons in the sky. And as the new moon, the days go on after the new moon, you start to see the crescent and it builds and builds and builds until it becomes the full moon. So it's like a seed going to a fruit. The full moon being this ripe fruit, something that's ready to be seen, something that's coming up, something that's being revealed, something that's ready to be looked at, something that's ready to be released. Okay, and because it's in the sign of Cancer, which is your sign, you guys might be like extra affected by this full moon. I mean, most of you might feel the full moon in general because you're a very watery sign. The moon, I believe the moon is your ruler. Your ruler? Let me know if I'm wrong, but I believe that you guys are ruled by the moon, Cancerians. So you're all about watery emotions, the tides. Family ties, relationships are extremely important to you because you're very in touch with your emotions, and very emotions can kind of run a little intense sometimes for you. You might find that, like, if you are feeling that this weekend into this week, um, just kind of be aware that this does genuinely affect people. I know some people think that's just superstition, but I know I'm personally affected also by full moons. A lot of times, it's just sharing something with you guys is that a lot of times I'll feel my emotions like be really heightened. And then I'll look on the calendar and I'll be like, oh man, it's a full moon. It's a full moon. That's what's doing it. And it makes me feel so much better because then I know it'll pass. It'll pass. All right. So, all right. So, I love you, Cancerians. You guys are great. So, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is about being stuck in our heads, thinking that we're stuck by either fears, beliefs, thoughts. Oh no, I can't do that because of this. Oh no, I shouldn't do that. Oh no, I am scared to do that. To moving out of a certain situation, feeling like you're tied up and bound up and unable to move. But it really is up here. It's really the Eight of Swords because the swords are thoughts, ideas, fears. Um, it can mean that you're kind of keeping yourself stuck. I'm not saying this is a blame thing. Promise. I promise I'm not. The card means that, it doesn't mean it's easy to break out of that, but it means that a perceived something, not that you're making anything up. It's very real. Fear is very real. When we feel stuck, a lot of times, the thoughts we have around that, I mean, it can be hard to break out of patterns of thinking, patterns of beliefs that we have about not being able to move, to break out of something, and mm, something that's causing you a lot of stress. But this is saying it's great that it's coming up with this card, because this card is like, I'm stuck, but nope, suddenly it breaks apart. So if you know what the Rider-Waite tarot looks like for this card, the Eight of Swords, it's a woman who's actually like blindfolded, and she's surrounded by swords that are stuck in the ground. And I believe that's what it is in one of the tarot decks. And mental, it's like being stuck because of our beliefs and our thoughts. And this is a great card to come out with this, because it means that you can break that cycle. You can break that feeling of being stuck because of something you're thinking of, or a fear of, moving out of that place of stuckness, that place that you feel like you're bound to something, some situation, some person, whatever it is, something that's made you feel like, oh, how can I break out of this? How can I break free of this? This is you. And the fact that it's pearls, that can't be more Cancerian. I mean, Cancerians like pearls, ocean, softness, beauty, motherly, feminine, very feminine, watery. Then this card's coming up. This is the card of a relationship and creation. It's an onion. The layers of an onion, but it's about relationship and creating something new. Six of Swords. And so, in regard to this, might be a relationship reading, however, this resonates for you. But the Six of Swords is about taking your swords and you're going over water. Actually, it's a very lunar card as well, because um, in many card decks, it is shown as a woman on a boat traveling with her swords over water. She's going, traveling over water and moving away from a painful situation. So that could mean a relationship, that there's something in your life that is a relationship or a pattern regarding relationships, which you'll be breaking out of and moving away from. Okay. And coming out with Seven of Cups, you're looking at all of your options. Wow, I could go there. I could do this. I could know this person. I could study this. I could do that. This is a card of learning. So this could mean learning about the situation that you're breaking out of. Okay, you've learned something, you've had valuable lessons, and now you're learning about all the other ways of being, all the other options, all the other things that are available to you. And your Moonology card that came out is look at the bigger picture, and it actually is a full moon card. So it's a full moon in Sagittarius, and if you look closely, I hope you can see it. There's there's an archer's bow and arrow, okay, for Sagittarius. So this is a card of, once you've broken free of some limiting beliefs or limiting behaviors, something that made you feel stuck regarding a relationship, or the way that you see relationships, or the way that you are in relationship with other people, you're going to have an opportunity to learn something really important about yourself, and you're going to be able to see all your other options of the things you love, things that mean something to you, and including other people. And Seven of Cups, like the fact that these are all heads, and the relationship card came up for you, you might be looking at like, wow, there are all these other people that I could know. I could be friends with these people. I could have these people in my life, and they're good, and they're going to be good for me, and they're going to be healthy for me, and it won't be that same pattern. So aim your arrow, know where you're aiming, know where you want to aim your arrow. Okay? And look at the bigger picture. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your life to be? What do you want? Okay, Cancer, this is probably the best way for me to put this question to you. How do you want to feel? Okay, how do you want to feel in your relationships with your job, with the people you work with, at home? How do you want to feel? How do you want your home to feel? How do you want the city you live in to feel? How do you want your relationships to feel? How do you want your friendships to feel? How do you what do you want your life to look like? I mean, to feel. How do you want it to feel? I'm going to use feel for you guys because you guys are all about feeling. So look at the bigger picture. Aim your arrow really carefully. Mhm. Full moon. That's time for you. It's time for you to break out of something that was limiting and didn't feel so good. And maybe it'll come up with this full moon tonight, the full moon in your sign. Maybe something will happen this weekend, this week, where it feels like particularly intense, but it's going to allow you to finally move past something that was painful for you. Okay, so I hope this reading was helpful to you. Please give a thumbs up to the video if you liked it, and if it was helpful, please subscribe to my channel. That would make me so happy if you haven't already subscribed. And I also wanted to let you know um, I am going to be doing the I Ching readings for Chinese New Year, for the Lunar New Year, in the first week of February, and I'll do the February readings as well. Okay, so if you'd like to subscribe to my free tarot newsletter, the link is below. Lots of links below. So okay, all the best to you, Cancerians. Okay, peace, love, and blessings to every single one of you. Be extremely kind and gentle with yourselves. Okay, thanks.